Hello everybody, I'm Jerry Emge with Keller Williams The Lakes, a realtor here in Southern California. I cover an area roughly from Norco in the north to Fallbrook in the south, and from Wildomar and Lake Elsinore up against the Cleveland National Forest out to San Jacinto. It's about a 25-mile radius around my house, so it's a very manageable territory. I produce these videos on a regular basis, at least weekly, every Thursday by 10 o'clock Pacific time. Or more often. Quite often I'll put out one or two midweek, and I just want to share information with you. I learn a lot about real estate, and I'm anxious to share information with you as I come across it. The topic today is, and by the way, we call this the real estate whiteboard, and sometimes I actually use a whiteboard to share information with you, and sometimes I just peek at a whiteboard to get my notes. So anyway, today's topic is about home buyer misconceptions, and because nobody, and especially us realtors, wants anybody to miss out on the opportunity to buy a house because they had a misconception of some sort. And there are about 5 major misconceptions that pop up on occasion, sometimes quite often, with people wanting to buy a home. One of the big misconceptions, because today everybody's using their phone to search for homes and look at pricing and so forth. One of the biggest misconceptions is that they assume online prices are accurate. And while once in a while they are accurate, more often than not, they're not even close. They're either way behind the curve or they've gone way too far on the curve. In either case, you either have too low a price or too high a price, either for your own home or for some home that you're looking for. And it's the people looking for homes that I'm really concerned about. I hate for them to miss out on an opportunity because they looked on their phone and they saw a price of $372,000 when maybe with a realtor they could have negotiated and gotten that price at $340,000 or something like that. So just keep that in mind. The other misconception is that quite often they'll find a bargain home. Even with their realtor, they'll find a home that's a bargain. It's a nice home, it just needs some TLC, it needs an investment. In other words, you got to pour some money into that home. And quite often what they forget to do is figure those calculations in to the ultimate cost of the home. If you can get a house that's 50 grand under what you think it should sell for, but you're going to have to put 50 grand into it, then you're really not getting the bargain you think. But if you really like the home and it has good bones, as we say, for heaven's sakes, go get it. And make it your own. Put your own personal touches on it. Or don't buy a house that made you really tight on budget because you didn't realize you had to put a new roof on it in a year or two. So be very careful what you do. Use your realtor as your best source of advice on the houses that you're looking at. Another very common misconception that causes people to miss out on home opportunities is they wrongly assume they have to have a 20% down payment. Now, a 20% down payment is great. If you have it, put it down if you want. It can lower your payments and all that sort of thing. But do you realize that roughly 65% of home buyers put less than 7% down on homes? So if you're one of those people sitting on the sidelines waiting till you accumulate 20% of the estimated market that you're going to buy into, you're missing out while everything's passing you by and prices are accelerating or at least going up while you're sitting there trying to accumulate 20% of a theoretical value. So let your realtor go to work for you and negotiate a price that maybe it can get you into a house for less than 7% down. Many of you, and I've seen this myself, are veterans or even active duty personnel who are eligible for VA loans. And number one, some of them don't even think about it. And number two, they don't realize that it's 0% down. So they miss out. They let the market pass them by only because of a misconception. So those are 3 misconceptions I wanted to definitely touch base with. And let's talk about something else that's important. When you decide to work with a realtor and start searching for the home of your dream, whatever that may be. You generally, if the realtor's doing his job correctly, he or she is doing their job correctly, they'll have you put together a wish list of things that you must have in your new home and things that you'd like to have in your new home. So maybe two separate lists. And, the things on the would like to have are not things that are going to kill the deal, so to speak. The things that are on the must have probably would kill the deal. So make sure that that list is firmly on paper, that you and your realtor have all agreed on it, that you can find the home that meets the criteria that you set aside. And don't forget to have a little human flexibility. You may have to compromise just a bit. Maybe you wanted a workshop room of a 10 by 10, and the house that you really like maybe only has an 8 by 10. I mean, learn to compromise on stuff like that. And don't lose out on a great opportunity to buy a neat home that you could put your own touches to because you were too rigid on some issue. The other thing I want to talk about is being too rigid on price. Every realtor has seen deals fall through because the buyer and the seller were $3,000 apart. You know, if you're a buyer and your $3,000 offer is your offer is $3,000 less than you compromise on it, because when you get down to it, it's only with typical interest rates, it's like $7 a thousand. So if you're off by $3,000, it's going to affect your monthly payment by $21. So don't lose the house of your dreams over $21 or even $28 if you're $4,000 apart. And actually right now, that number is even smaller with today's interest rates. I'm basing that on about a 3.5% interest rate. So, don't lose a deal over a few $1,000s, because you're going to make it up the first year in equity growth alone if houses continue to go up the way they have been. So hey, I'm happy to share this information with you. I hope you enjoy my videos. If you like, when you see the subscribe button pop up down below the video, hit that. You'll be subscribed to my channel. If you see the little notification bell, hit that, and you'll be notified every time a new video goes live. So until next time, which could be very soon, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to sharing more information with you. I'll see you later, and here comes a little information about me. Bye-bye.